Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a Dungeon Master. Today we are continuing and perhaps concluding one of our mini adventures. It is the Gleam in the King's Eye. I will introduce our players, they will introduce their characters, and then I will give you a quick recap of the events that have led us to today's session. In the order that I am reading characters on the screen, which may or may not be initiative order, I don't remember if we need to reroll or not. Let me start with Monty Ashley.
Hello, I am Monty Ashley. I am playing Krong, the bugbear rogue. He is a nightmare monster. It says so in the rules.
Indeed. Next up, Erica Ensign.
Hello, I am playing Reid-Quarrell Kilgarriff, a very, very tall human cleric to the god Kelimvor, who is the comforting god of death, and I'm super goth.
Super goth. Also joining us, Glenn Fleischman.
Howdy ho, I am playing Carrocon the Wise, a sorcerer who may have some tendencies that lead him to collect tinfoil.
Also joining us, it's Annette Wierstra. Hi, Annette.
Hello, I am playing Chomasa, a dragonborn ranger who has been waiting to use her dragon breath on this battle. It's going to be super effective.
From far away geographically, but near in our hearts, it's James Thompson.
I play Samson Jothem, a gnome artificer, who is too proud of the technological terror he has constructed.
Indeed, that being his robot panda, Pascal. And last but not least, Jason Snell. Jason, how are you now?
Good, and you?
All right.
I am I had to do it. I am playing, That was a reference. Thank you for giving me a reference to acknowledge. I am playing Cool Cat. Cool Cat likes to rock and roll. Cool Cat likes to dance and sing. Cool Cat likes to boogie boogie boo. Cool Cat likes to love a you. Also, he is a tabaxi bard.
Indeed. And just checking, how many more adventures is Cool Cat going to be in?
This may be it. He's level 3. He's about to age
well,
out.
also, you could all die. So,
what a shame. I feel as if perhaps rules were set in place so we will never see Cool Cat again after this.
You know, the important thing is to have a range of characters and players here at the mini adventures.
I'm just trying to imagine what Cool Cat would be like at level 12.
Maybe we'll jump forward. We'll have like a special, maybe the episode where you finally figure out the hand is like 20 years from now.
Cool crack.
You come out of retirement. One last job. Crack the mystery of the hand. All right. In the Gleam in the King's Eye adventure, you have been through many strange goings-ons in the basement, catacombs, and tunnels and passageways beneath Whitesparrow Keep. Why are you here in Whitesparrow Keep? Well, you won a contest. Lord Marlin Whitesparrow held a tournament of champions, the prize of which is being labeled a good fighter, and getting to have dinner with Lord Marlin Whitesparrow. Lord Marlin Whitesparrow is very enamored with the history of the Whitesparrow family, who apparently used to have even kind of more prestige and be true kings and not just kind of local lords. Lord Marlin Whitesparrow is fascinated by the idea of reclaiming the crown of the first king of the Whitesparrow name, who he believes is entombed somewhere beneath the very keep he lives in. You traveled through the basements, you traveled through a wine cellar. You fought sentient wine, as you do. You looked in a creepy bathroom and didn't go in it. You had discussions with some kind of demonic being trapped in a magic circle. Just like to note, Carrocon, currently cursed from looking in a haunted bathroom.
Nobody else hearing those children. It's just me.
Nope.
It's just me.
Carrocon will continue to hear the sound of children crying until he resolves that, which I think you're unlikely to do. And you did kind of make acquaintances with a demon. There was no binding agreement, but you know, Krog, I think he's on your LinkedIn network now, is what I'm saying.
Oh, great.
You know. Yeah, certainly there's nothing contractual in place here. You owe him nothing, he owes you nothing. But, you know, that is not a bad person to have in your Rolodex.
I'll get an automatic email from him when I go up levels.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, what you really don't want is the form letter for demon emails. Can I talk to you about a really auspicious opportunity we have here at company that has no money name?
He's a demon. He's probably one of those people that blogs on LinkedIn.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Are demons venture capitalists, or is that like a bridge too far for them?
Those are vampires.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That's what Dracula was actually all about.
Well, there was a lot of land investment. People forget about how exciting the first couple chapters of Dracula was. A lot of real estate transactions, trade negotiations, and so on. All right. So you have been journeying through the various catacombs beneath Whitesparrow Keep and arrived here at what seems to be the final chamber. There is a large stone mausoleum. Glacial waters flow from a waterfall surrounding said mausoleum. There's tall, cracked statues of knights standing around. And as you approach, a strange, ghostly specter phases through the walls of the mausoleum, looking perturbed at your arrival. Several skeletons have risen up from the gravel-like rocks around the floor of this cave and look ready to menace you. I believe we have not rolled initiative yet, and we should do that. Does that seem fair?
Yes.
Yes.
Seems fair.
All right.
I thought we had, but I'm fine rolling it again.
I don't think we did, especially since I did not for the
Maybe they
bad
just
guys.
don't get to go, Tony.
The whole fight? You think they're just there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
I mean, Erica, you're really right about a lot of things, so I'm hesitant to...
Actually, I take it back. I just rolled a 20 on the die. So we're good. We're good.
So
We're
did
good, we're
I.
So did
I
I,
rolled
actually.
a 21, which is the number it already says
Me
in the initiative
too.
order.
High five, Monty. I wanted to turn undead before anything else happened. Why are you guys going so fast?
Now, I should... Glenn, do you remember at one point when your name was an actual anagram of raccoon? I feel like it has gone through several iterations of other people typing it and has picked every time it picks up a consonant.
Where is it? It is. No, that's accurate. I'm almost a raccoon. It is almost an anagram of a raccoon.
Okay, I thought at one point it was
Well
an exact
justified.
anagram. Yeah.
I didn't want to be too obvious.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I
It's
missed
taken
that.
me until now to work that out, so...
I just,
All right, has anyone not entered their initiative into the turn order? It looks like... let me just read these off for people. Chomasa, you got 22. Samson Jothem, also 22. You can decide which of you goes first. Ooh, Skeletons also got 22.
Uh-oh.
So here's how that works. Whoever has the higher dex modifier gets to win that three-way tie. Skeletons have a +2.
I have a +2.
I have a +4.
+4.
Dance
Okay,
off.
so
Bam.
James, roll a quick d20. Skeletons roll a 5. Your number to beat is 5.
I rolled an 11.
All right. Classically higher than 5. So the order will be Chomasa, Samson Jothem, Skeletons, followed by Wow, you guys are really good at rolling the same numbers at each other. Krong and Reid-Quarrell. You can decide which of you goes first if you want. I mean, you can always delay an action. Followed by Cool Cat, followed by the Spectre, presumably of the first Lord of Whitesparrow, and last but not least, Carrocon the Wise. That look okay to everybody?
I think least. I don't think you have to be falsely modest there.
You can all hopefully see the map okay. You can see that there is a specter kind of hanging out above the stream right in front of the mausoleum in proximity to Reid-Quarrell and Krong. The rest of you kind of placed yourselves around the edges of this chamber. Lord Marlin Whitesparrow cowers courageously by the doorway. So there are skeletons within pretty close reach of all of you. The skeletons are armed with, it looks like they've got an assortment of short swords and short bows. The skeletons are normal height. They are not short skeletons, just to clear. All right, Chomasa, you are first. There's a skeleton that has kind of pulled itself out of the gravelly rocks at your feet, right near you and Cool Cat.
Okay, so I have this spell that's a hunter's mark that I can use as a bonus action. So can I do that before my turn?
Absolutely.
And mark that skeleton?
Yep.
And then
I'll put a little symbol on him for you.
Awesome. It gives me an extra 1d6 of damage if I hit them. And then I am going to get out my short sword. And I rolled not a natural 20, but I did get a 20.
All right. You hack and hew away at that skeleton. Please roll me damage. Do you get to attack twice?
I do.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is your first attack.
It's first.
Which does Hunter's Mark? Is it every attack or once per turn?
It says.
I think it's every attack.
That's really good.
Does your second attack use a bonus action to do it?
No, I get a double attack
How?
because I have two-handed fighting.
That normally the second attack
Is it?
is with the bonus action. I'm not the DM. I'll shut up.
I think you're right, though.
Oh, you're right. So I can do one attack this time anyways. So I rolled a...
Is there a limit on the number of bonus actions you can take, Monty?
Yeah, 1.
Oh, okay.
Strict limit.
You get action, bonus action, move.
No, that's not true. It's not like Move Minor Standard in 4th edition. Because not everyone has any bonus actions.
That's true. You don't always have a way to use your bonus action.
Okay.
But if you
You get
do,
the option.
You get
you've
one.
used your bonus action.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, I rolled a 7 damage with my one sword.
And I will say that for your next turn, because I assume you'll keep Hunter's Mark going, you do get that extra d6 anytime you hit it with a weapon.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
like
7
this
damage
time
total.
you hunter mark and pull out one sword. Next time you pull out another sword, and you're here.
All right. So 7 damage to that skeleton.
Yes.
You knock a good number of ribs off that skeleton. It looks kind of pathetic now. Anything else, Tomasa?
That would be it.
Samson Jothem, you are on the other side of the cavern. You and Pascal have a skeleton that has kind of popped up behind you.
Right, well, shall I take out that one? Why not? Let's try that. I pull out my trusty not a blaster and use a firebolt against the skeleton just behind me.
Okay. Is there any complications for using a ranged attack with somebody right next to you?
That's a very good question. And if there was, then I would be attacking the one just to the north of me.
I think you have the disadvantage anyway because there's something right next to you, and if you're trying to shoot at something that's far away, if anybody next to you is going to be
so you have
distracting.
disadvantage.
You need to do a melee attack here. on the
Samson, your
skeleton that's
arm
next to you.
literally... I would just... Listeners... Players, don't worry about this. Listeners, I just like to point out, I did go back and listen to some of the early mini adventures. James Thompson has a character whose arm turns into a sword. Have you ever seen him do that? Once. He did that once. His arm turned into the sword.
I will point out that my arm turned into a dagger, which wasn't particularly useful.
A dagger, the junior sword.
Okay. However, between adventures, there has been an upgrade. So it is now a sword. So you are correct. Well, let's try the sword.
Okay.
So, yes, there's a sort of like a dagger comes out of the arm and then there's a sort of mechanical crunching noise and it extends out to a full sword.
And very nice.
Not to disparage James, but in all of the modern D&D that I've played with him, he has been extremely reluctant to take damage or be next to things. So,
well,
do it, James. Embrace your arm sword. Do it.
I will tell you, there's been some interesting, I did not do any party balancing between this group and the other adventure happening at the same time. Their group is very beefy, a lot of fighters and guys. They're basically Team Jock, and I have determined that you guys are basically Team AV plus Theater Club. So,
I know all the jocks because I'm the mascot.
Yep.
Story checks out.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I literally made myself a friend. So
yes. Okay. Treasure of the AV Club, please continue.
So I rolled a 20.
That's very good.
Plus 5, so 25.
All right. Well, that's unnecessary.
Well, I know, but
Yeah.
So I get. I roll the damage dice twice. Is that correct?
Indeed, it is.
In that case, I have rolled 1, which is not very good. 4, which is better. 5, so 8 damage.
All right. You are hacking and hewing at that skeleton. You have chopped off one of its arms. It's not looking so great.
I shall then Whisper to
And let me
Pascal.
Can I just assume that was slashing or piercing damage?
That was...
Is slashing damage a thing? Am I making stuff up?
let me see.
think
What
it
does
still
it say?
is.
It's piercing damage.
All right, gotcha. I'll tell you, skeletons are vulnerable to some types of damage.
Are they vulnerable to pandas?
Unknown.
Well,
Bone worm.
So I shall instruct Pascal to force empower rend the same skeleton.
All right.
And so that is +4 to hit on that. That is 13.
The armor class of a skeleton is 13.
Does that mean I hit it?
That means you hit it.
That's good. So that is 1d8 plus 2 damage, force damage, which is 8. So that's 10 force damage.
All right. Would you like to describe how Pascal destroys the skeleton?
I imagine Pascal sort of burrows into the rib cage and then just
God,
sort of
never mind.
expands out. And then like all the bones fly off in different directions.
Yay!
I
AV Club kids are weird.
Yeah, I retract my offer. All right. Big turn for Pascal and Samson Jothem. All set?
Yep, I think we're good.
All right. Team Skeleton is next. Some of the skeletons are already in places where they're going to menace you. Other skeletons kind of skitter in. So there's a skeleton behind Carrocon. Skeleton rushes up to Samson Jothem. Cool Cat and Chomasa have skeletons in their face. This skeleton is going to kind of climb over here and menace Krong. And I think I'm going to start with... They could either fire arrows at you or hit you with short swords. I think they're feeling like they want to get up and close and personal. So these skeletons come in to menace you with their short swords. Let me kind of work counterclockwise. No, we'll do clockwise. That's classic.
Keep watching the clock, Tony.
Which places Krong first? Krong, short sword attack coming at you from a skeleton. I rolled a pretty nice 21.
That will hit me.
All right. Gonna roll some damage. You will take 7 piercing damage as he cuts you in the arm. Cool Cat. Critical fail for the skeleton. Not gonna do the math on that. He whiffs as you nimbly dodge out of the way despite your giant mascot head. Chomasa, the kind of pathetic ribless skeleton, takes a stab at you. 18 versus AC is pretty good.
That hits.
You will but you will experience 5 piercing damage. Carrocon the Wise, there's a skeleton behind you. He looms over you, slicing and dicing with an old, ancient-looking short sword. Wow, second critical fail of the round for me. So you dart and dash and avoid his blows. And last but not least, Samson Jothem, a skeleton is stabbing at you. He glares at you with his empty eye sockets. And I rolled a pretty good 23.
That will hit.
You will experience 4 piercing damage.
Oh.
That was Team Skeleton. I still have 5 skeletons on the board. Krong, you are next. You are kind of in a sandwich between the strange, menacing-looking specter that has emerged from the mausoleum. Reid-Quarrell is not very far away. There's a statue of a knight next to you and a skeleton up in your face.
I am going to try to stab the specter of King Levendus with my rapier.
All right. Let me just check how specters work.
My rapier is not magical, if you are curious.
Good to know.
And I rolled a 17 to hit.
All right. 17, you plunge it into the kind of wispy arms of the specter. It kind of looks at you and its mouth makes a face like it's howling, but you don't hear anything. So you stab him.
Do I do any damage?
You will do some damage.
All right. Because I have an ally within 5 feet of him, I do get sneak attack damage, although I do not have advantage on the attack. So that's 12 damage.
All right. I am just going to tell you, because I feel like it doesn't hurt to tell you these things. The specter is resistant to a lot of damage, including, I assume that was bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing from a non-magical weapon. I'm sorry, what was the number you said? 12?
12.
All right, so the specter actually takes 6.
Okay.
Anything else?
I am kind of reluctant to move, which would let the specter and the skeleton just absolutely eviscerate me, and I like making sure where they are.
Yeah, I'm a fan of them, like on the inside. Really,
yeah,
they feel like they're part of a match set there,
like tucked away, not flopping all over the ground.
Yeah,
so that is the end of my turn.
All right. Next up is everyone's favorite goth cleric, Reid-Quarrell.
Yeah, totally not liking this situation here. There's a lot of undead around that is super not cool. So Reid-Quarrell sort of draws herself up to every bit of her 6'7" and you see out from her big black cloak comes her hand, raising it high with her holy symbol in hand, and says, "Bye, Kelemvor. Today,
in Kelemvor's name,
is your day." And turn undead. So, as an action, I'm presenting my holy symbol. I'm speaking a prayer, and each of the undead that can see or hear me within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw DC 13.
All right, let me just check what 30 feet is in this situation, because everyone can see you.
What's your magic symbol? What's your holy symbol look like?
It is like the scales of justice with a hand holding it in the middle.
All right. This chamber is not that big. 30 feet is everybody in the room.
Yep.
Remember when I said it was you didn't, I don't think you knew the like the setting of the adventure at all when you created this character, Erica, but I told you it was very auspicious. So, all right. So all of the undead are witness to your holy symbol. Mm-hmm. So they need to make a wisdom, you said, and it was against your spell save is 13.
13.
I will tell you, unfortunately, the wisdom of modifier of skeletons is -1. So let me see. I'm going to roll a couple dice at the same time.
I feel like that's fortunate.
Well, I mean, for me, I was the one talking, Erica. All right. I got 3 dice. Green, orange, blue is top to bottom. Green rolled 17. Orange rolled critical success. Jeez. Blue rolled a very low number. Okay. So the bottom one fails. What happens on a success?
On a success, nothing.
Okay. So they just get kind of a suntan.
They can probably tell that I don't like them very much. That's about
And
it.
What happens to the southernmost skeleton on a fail?
All right. So the creatures that fail, they are turned for 1 minute or until they take any damage. So it may not be very long.
Turn undead.
Yep.
makes them like afraid of you.
Yep. So they must spend their turns trying to move away from me as far as it can. It cannot willingly move to a space within 30 feet of me. So everywhere within 30 feet, it can't like willingly stay. They cannot take reactions, so they can't do any opportunity attacks.
Nope.
For its action, it can only use the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving.
Okay.
And if there's nowhere to move, it can use the dodge action.
Okay. I will just point out, this is because Glenn is here. This is an interesting coincidence. Glenn guest starred on a relatively early episode of Total Party Kill, where he was a paladin who used Turn Undead. Glenn thought Turn Undead turned oneself undead. So
that's a great move.
But it'd be good.
It
Your
was
eyes
great.
would roll back in your head. You'd have extra powers.
He just specifically discussed at length what he thought his scent would be like in that situation.
This King Leventus looks like a great guy. I'm on his side now.
All right. So let me put a symbol on the undead that fail so we can keep track of them. How does that look for a? No, we'll do better. That's better. That's your Turn Undead symbol there. That one skeleton has been both Hunter's Mark and turned undead. Let me do my 2 other skeletons. One of them fails, and one of them got a 14, which is a success, I believe. So.
And what about
the
king?
big one?
Hold on, Tony. Hold on.
You gonna impose something?
That one that was it rolled a 14.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use. Can I use cutting words here on this one? Let's see.
Can you do it outside of your turn?
It is a reaction.
2.
But it's unfortunately this is a save, right? I can't do cutting words for save. Damn it! I can do ability checks, damage rolls, and attack rolls. All right.
Darn.
I say something cutting anyway.
All right.
Nice
Stupid
climb,
undead.
man.
Stupid undead.
The specter is last. I'm going to roll for the Spectre's wisdom. The Spectre has rolled a 6.
Yes.
So that is going to be a big deal.
All right. I would like to point out, too, that the action that they can take is the dash action, not the disengage action. So if they run away and you're standing right there, chop them down.
I'm gonna.
So the important tactical choice for everybody, you see several of the skeletons and they've got little death's heads on them so you know which ones. It's 2 skeletons have been they are panicked and they are going to run from you. That means you may wish to set up to basically hit them for free when they run away. It also means if you want to maneuver around, the ones that are panicked are not a threat to you tactically. Reid-Quarrell, big action. Anything else on your turn?
Kelemvor be praised. That's it.
All right. Cool Cat.
All right. Cool Cat is going to cast a spell.
There's a skeleton right in your face.
I know. But I'm going to cast a spell. I'm casting Bane.
Oh.
Hello.
On a skeleton or on the Spectre of
Hello, skeletons.
King?
The reason it's my least favorite spell.
I know.
Yeah. King Lavendus or a skeleton?
I am going to cast Bane. It's going to go on the 3 unturned skeletons.
Oh, you can target
King Lavendus.
How does Bane does that?
Yep,
Yeah,
sure does.
I got Bane myself. I was just looking it up.
Wow.
If you're second
Bane's a big
level or
deal.
higher, you can do extra Bane.
Yes, this is a second level Bane, so I'm going to get 4 of them. They have to make a charisma saving throw. 13.
All right.
Is their charisma better than their wisdom?
Let's find out. No, it's worse. They live in dirt.
Wow. This guy's a great king.
It's very charming, though.
Well, the Spectre is fine. It's the skeletons that are not
The
great.
skeleton stance is really lovely, though.
All right. I'm rolling 3 charisma checks here. You have not told me what I am rolling against, Jason.
Yes,
I expect
did.
it's... Oh, he did?
13.
13. Do you want to know the numbers or do you want to just know the results?
Since I can't do anything to change them, I would say just lay them on me, Tony.
All right. They all fail.
Yay!
Some of them,
No.
some of them marginally, some of them spectacularly.
Spectacularly.
Thank you,
So
Monty.
the 3 unturned skeletons are now baned, which means that every time they try to make an attack or a saving throw until the spell ends, they must subtract a d4 from whatever they roll, and
Please
this will last up to a
that.
minute.
Mm-hmm.
I put a symbol of a sad eye on them. For
Okay,
Bane.
good.
All right. And
King
King
Lavendus.
Lavendus. All right. King Lavendus, roll. All right, this is not going to be a very long fight.
Also Bane.
Because you guys are being very smart.
No wonder
All right.
he's dead.
He lived.
This guy's crown.
He died of charisma failure.
He lived a long, full life. All right, Cool Cat. Big. Anything else?
That's it for Cool Cat.
All right. The Spectre of King Lavendus is next. He has been turned and baned. He's been double whammied here. And he is required... He sees, the light of Reid-Quarrell's symbol is washing over him, and he is compelled to panic and run north.
It's a dim, gothy light, though.
Yeah, it's a dim. It's kind of it's a black light.
Yep. Same,
I
same.
believe he provokes 2 attacks of opportunity as he floats across the stream and phases through the door of the mausoleum. Is there anything that you would do to prevent him moving? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay, but you'll hit him. All right.
Well, I hope.
So Reid-Quarrell and Krong, he was right up in your face as he flies away, compelled by the turn undead. Please roll some attacks of opportunity on them. Keep in mind whether they are magical or non-magical weapons.
I rolled a 1, which made it all the way up to a 6.
All right, you were startled by King Lavendus retreating, and so you half-heartedly stab at him. Reid-Quarrell.
All right. I am going to use my big halberd. And let's see, 22.
That's pretty good.
All right. So that's going to do, it's not a magical weapon. However, so I will start with, oops, that's 1d10. Gotta get the right die. That is 6 points of slashing damage. But I also have Channel Divinity, which I have... Although, no, Channel Divinity was Turn Undead, and I think I can only do that. How many Channel Divinities do I have?
Maybe not very many at level 2, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's just one. Okay.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I cannot do my Touch of Death. But,
okay. Well, he's already. So that was 3 slashing damage because it's half.
It was... Oh, yeah. Yeah, so 3.
All right, 3 slashing damage.
All
right, because your halberd
anymore.
How long does turn last?
Until he's damaged.
It stops when he's damaged, but that allowed us to get 2 free attacks on him, which is good enough for me.
And wasted his attack.
And
wasted his action.
Yep.
You lost him a whole turn.
Exactly.
I think he probably still floats away because he was moving, right?
Yep.
And so technically he is regrouped. I'm gonna leave him. He's like inside the mausoleum. I'm just gonna leave him on the map there. But Reid-Quarrell and Kron, you don't see him because he is faced through a wall. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Sure.
All right. Carrocon, there is a menacing skeleton right behind you, though he has been somewhat. He looks like he carries the symbol of gloom in his vacant eyes. You can tell that he is haunted by a far more menacing presence, a presence we call Cool Cat.
Excuse me. I have some non-magical items, but I should probably do a magical attack, I'm assuming here.
You could. The one thing to remember is if you do a ranged attack, it's going to be disadvantaged because somebody's kind of threatening you by being right up next to you.
Right.
But usually I would expect, I have not looked at your character sheet, Glenn, but I am assuming you are a more effective magic user than you are hitting at people with a stick or a dagger or anything like that.
Say that. Chaos Bolt is seemingly my best attack against something like this, I think. I've got Witch Bolt, but maybe Witch Bolt is better. It's got a more damage potential. I think I'm gonna.
We don't need to do a lot of damage to these guys.
Yeah, you could attack one of the other skeletons to use your range thing, and
we discussed, when you are, he has disadvantage on any attack because somebody's right next to him.
Oh, I see. So range attack won't help because I'm still near somebody.
Yeah, somebody's menacing you, so your ability to kind of line up that shot is not what you'd like it to be.
Well, I think I'm gonna go for Witch Bolt because I think that's my best strategy.
All right.
So I roll a 20.
I can't hear the word Witch Bolt without laughing a little bit inside. For anyone who has listened to season 1 of Dragon Friends, there's a character that Witch Bolts many people who do not deserve to be Witch Bolted.
I roll just 1d20, is that right? Or 2?
You actually roll 2d20 and take the lowest because you have disadvantage.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
I got 7 and 12, so I got 7, and then do I
plus
add...
you add your thing, but I think unless whatever you're adding is a large number,
it's not a large number.
You're gonna be sad.
Yeah, I'm sad.
So you try to fire a Witch Bolt off at the skeleton that's menacing you, but it's hard to get there because you're being chased by a skeleton, Carrocon. This is not where you wanted to be in life, probably.
Not exactly. Nope.
All right, Chomasa, I think you are next.
Yeah. Well, I've got this scaredy cat skeleton, and I'm scaring it by whirling my 2 swords, and I'm going to attack it. 18 for the first.
All right.
Sword. And that's 13 points of damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. All right, you knock the skeleton's head off, and then I don't know, probably for good measure, like just split the spine in half too. A bunch of dry bones hit the floor of the cavern.
Nice work.
So that was only one of your 2 attacks. I don't know if you can split those up with a move or something, or do something else to another skeleton. I don't know how your multi-attack works.
I can use a bonus action to move the mark.
Mm-hmm.
So,
though I don't know if you want to use the bonus action to hit another skeleton instead.
It's true. Do you know what? Let's move up into the action. I'm coming up by Cool Cat here, and I'm going to do another hit.
All right.
And I did all that moving and got an 8.
All right. Well, it's hard. You know, the gravel here is a little shifty, and you know, the skeleton looks at you kind of with weird, spooky eyes, and he blocks your blow with his rusty short sword. All right. All set, Chomasa?
Yes.
Samson Jothem, you and Pascal are being menaced by a skeleton that is also being menaced by Reid-Quarrell.
So presumably that skeleton is not going to do anything. It's just going to be frightened.
No, it is not causing you disadvantage if you want to make a ranged attack.
True.
Because it can't make any attack.
That was what I was wondering. So I'm going to ranged attack the skeleton down at the bottom next to Carrocon.
Thank you very much.
Because I think
Erica, is that true? Is it like it's not threatening? Because it's not the opportunity attack is a thing. It's the proximity. I think it's if there's somebody within 5 feet of you, you can't make a ranged attack. Or you can make it, but you have disadvantage.
That may be the case.
Well,
so I think you still have.
You get to decide which skeleton dies then.
Okay.
So since I still have my arm blade out glowing, I might as well use it because it's quite painful to get it out to the full length.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, hurt. I just looked it up. It's if you're within 5 feet of a hostile creature who can see you and who isn't incapacitated. So these skeletons are not incapacitated.
Are they hostile?
And I think they're still hostile.
They're still hostile.
We never asked them. We don't know. They could be friendly. I'm wondering why we blundered into their.
Carrocon, one has tried to kill you twice.
All a misunderstanding.
Right, I will attack a skeleton to my north.
Mm-hmm.
And I have rolled an 18 plus 5, 23.
I think James forgets that his character is actually like a powerhouse murder machine. He's always trying to retreat, and it's like, oh yeah, I regularly roll higher than 20 with my freaking sword arm. So you stab into the. There's only so many. I struggle with narrating skeleton combat because it's like they don't have a lot of non-vital organs. Like, you know, how do you non-lethally kill a skeleton's like arm? You know, they don't have that like fleshy part of the leg or anything. But yeah, you stab that skeleton pretty good. Roll damage, Samson.
Okay, I have rolled 7.
All right. That skeleton does not look so good, in addition to has been turned. Anything else? Or Pascal's going to do something?
I think Pascal is going to launch from the ground towards the skeleton's head and attempt to crush the skull into many pieces.
All right.
And that is a 17 plus 5, so that's pretty good.
Jeez. Please roll damage.
The guy made the dice app. The guy made the dice app. Strangely rolling high.
Please roll damage. Panda Terminator.
They never let Pythagoras play these games because he invented this Pythagorean solid.
Right. He's not allowed to play ballistics games.
I think you're thinking of Euclid, actually.
That is a 6.
I'm sorry, Monty.
Don't mention Euclid. What were you thinking,
They
Tony?
never let Pythagoras play hangman because of the right angle.
I was thinking of Plato.
Oh, yeah, Platonic solid. Sorry.
6 damage.
Oh, good.
Dodecahedron.
All right. Pascal jumps up and crushes the skeleton's skull with his vice-like jaws, destroying it, possibly to the approval of Reid-Quarrell and spookiness of others around you. All right.
I applaud.
I think it is Team Skeleton. If you're all set, Samson.
Good luck, skeletons. I guess. I mean, not really, but sure.
I am going to, I think as the last action, Pascal is going to move here, which, if you have a steel defender within 5 feet of you, any attack rolls with disadvantage, but not for yourself, but for other people.
Oh, so Pascal is backing up Carrocon.
Yeah.
All right, so Pascal zooms over to Carrocon to help him with the skeleton situation.
Thank you very much.
So first off, I believe all of the turned skeletons have been dead. Are dead. Have been? Are dead. They are dead
again.
We're all
dead
ready
again.
And are again.
Thank you.
So.
Wait, are they undead or re-undead?
Well, they're gone, is what I'm saying. So
Level
all I've
2
got
dead.
left is some skeletons with Bane. So let's start with the one with this disadvantage. So this skeleton is swinging its short sword at you, Carrocon. He has disadvantage because there is a steel defender. He's literally got your back, and he's there to help you. I rolled not horribly though. Oh, but you know what? He's also baned. So I need to. It's minus 1d4. Jason.
1d4. Take it down.
All right. I rolled a 1.
And then
let's see here.
Disadvantage.
I gotta do multiple math. Yes. So I rolled 2 dice. The lower of the dice would be a 13 to hit. Minus 1 for Bane is 12 to hit. How does that do versus Carrocon, who wears just the finest of recycled garbage silks? And
wait, did you put in disadvantage too? You did. No, that
I did.
Okay. So my armor class is 12. My armor class is 11. Do I add anything to that or no?
No. So despite all of the many advantages to that situation, the skeleton is able to take a clip out of you. You are going to take 5 piercing damage. Okay. Carrocon, how are you?
To 3 hit points.
All right. This is not good. I mean, it's not, I think the fight is going to be yours. The question is, how many raccoons survive this fight?
Raccoons or pandas? Maybe I could be
I'm not worried about the panda.
The panda will outlive us all.
All right. Over in the other side of the cavern, this skeleton is attacking. I will roll a d20 and a d4 at the same time because I know what I'm doing. All right. Cool Cat, that is a pretty good roll. I got...
No, roll a d4 and subtract it.
Well, I did that. I rolled the d20 and the d4 at the same time. I'm what you call a dungeon master.
Okay.
I rolled, it would have been a 16, but minus 1 is a 15 to hit.
Oh man, the Bane is just not doing its job because my AC is 14. So I'm going to take
all right. Close. So you get skewered with a rusty short sword for 5 piercing damage. Make sure your tetanus shot is up to date.
I got all my shots. I got a little tag around my neck.
All right, Krong, the last final of the adversarial skeletons is coming for you. He swings his evil-looking rusty short sword. I've taken into account Bane. He did very well. I have rolled an 18 to hit Krong with Bane.
I am hit.
You'll take 5 piercing damage from that rusty short sword. But good news, it is your turn.
I am very seriously injured. But there is still skeletons to fight, and I will still fight those skeletons. So I will attack this skeleton next to me. I don't see any way of getting advantage easily, so 8 to hit.
No, sadly, your little blades clang off the skeleton, the rusty short sword. Yeah.
Not crazy about moving away because he'll just murder me. That is my turn. I am a broken and bleeding 3 out of 15 hit points left. Bugbear. The end.
Well, I hope it's not the end.
Or is it the beginning?
I mean, it's a convenient place to die because there's a tomb right there.
Yeah,
That's
right
true.
there.
And I can tell you, as a connoisseur of tombs, that actually is a pretty nice looking tomb. It's just a shame that there are some.
It's a little occupied, but
just send some sculptors down to change these statues. They look like bugbears.
Yeah, just you need 6 bugbear skeleton heads, or not skeleton statue as bus. Bugbear bus. That's kind of hard to say.
Bugbear bust.
Bugbear bus. Bugbear bust. Speaking of tomb connoisseurs, it is Reid-Quarrell's turn.
It is, and I noticed that my new friend Krong here is looking pretty bad off. So I am going to move over to here and reach out and cast a Cure Wounds.
Ooh,
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's see how these new dice do. Well, not as great as I would like. It's 6 hit points.
Delightful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Is that an action? A bonus action?
That is an action. I'm double checking, but I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
Yep, 1 action. So I don't.
All right.
I don't think I have any bonus actions that are useful or usable, and I'm fine staying here. I think.
Okay.
Because I may need to help Krong again.
There are 2 skeletons nearby you, Cool Cat. One of them is specifically menacing you and Chomasa. It does have Bane cast on it. I assume Bane persists beyond your turn.
Yes, I persist it. It continues.
It's concentration.
It's concentration.
You do, I think when you get hit, you have to potentially attempt to maintain concentration.
Okay.
You didn't do that, did you?
Did you tell him to?
I don't know. He's
Also
the one.
no.
He's the one concentrating. Pro tip for any of you who are concentrating on a spell that requires concentration: if you take damage, you need to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain your Constitution. The DC of that saving throw is 10 or half the damage you take, whatever's higher. So 10 for you. Technically, should have had you do that a while because, like, when that skeleton was trying to murder Krong, he may not have been baned, but it didn't really matter.
That's on you.
Wow, I thought we were a team here.
12.
Why would you think that?
All right, you're fine. The T in TPK stands for team.
Does it?
No. All right, Cool Cat, you maintain your concentration of Bane. There are skeletons about. What will you do? Something boomerang related?
No, I'm going to use my swords and I'm going to attack the skeleton that's right in front of me.
Did we say
I don't think
boomerang a lot last time?
Oh, wow.
At least once.
At least once. I think it was once.
All right.
I don't think I even knew that Cool Cat had a sword.
Yeah, that's part of my upgrades to make him less of a joke character this time because things are serious
It's not
now.
just you swapped out didgeridoo for sword.
16.
All right, you're not
To
going to
hit.
acknowledge my dumb didgeridoo joke, so you hit the skeleton.
Just
You know, skeletons, I'll tell you, they're vulnerable to bludgeoning. It's possible that a didgeridoo would have done more damage than a sword.
8 damage.
All right, that skeleton is messed up.
Didgeridoo.
Still there.
Yep, still there. That's
Okay.
the first hit on that skeleton.
22 to hit.
Oh, what? You do multi-attack now?
Yeah, it's two-handed fighting, man.
Okay. All right, you hit him again.
6.
Cool Cat has beat up a skeleton. Jason Snell, please tell us how you destroy that skeleton, or how Cool Cat does it
The
specifically.
first sword knocked off his left arm,
Mm.
and the second sword knocked the rest of his body off into little pieces.
Okay.
Nice.
The rest of his body off what?
It's from the other part. It, like
Okay.
sort of
Yeah.
like did a slice through the right arm, continued through the torso, and then it all just kind of collapsed into a pile.
Yeah,
of
I get it.
bones.
So the first hit hits the right arm. The second hit hits everything else.
Everything else, yeah.
All right. It's like there's the sound of a xylophone falling downstairs.
How familiar are you with that sound? That's
I don't know. There's something about I have very, very good ideas about what things sound like. My favorite was in a session, not for a podcast yesterday, somebody got punched but not hit by a zombie ogre, and I thought it would sound like just like a trash barrel full of green jello being thrown at them.
The band?
No.
Ouch.
All right, Cool Cat. Anything else on your turn? You have slain a skeleton.
Oh, I can move, can't I?
Yeah, there's nothing impeding your movement at this point.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Slide these guys away so they're not blocking
Movement.
space on the map.
Interesting.
You could run toward the mausoleum. There are 2 skeletons left on the map. One of them is threatening your delightful wizard friend, Carrocon.
Cool Cat moved over to Carrocon, and Cool Cat is going to heal Carrocon
oh,
because
you're so
Krong
awesome.
got healed, right? Krong,
Yeah.
Yep.
Krong got
Some.
healed.
hmm
I'm stood back up. I'm fine.
All
I
right.
can use some healing power right now.
So you are gonna get this is a cure wounds.
And is that a bonus action? Because you already
Oh no,
attacked.
this is a healing word, so I don't even need to go over there. Honestly,
It's in solidarity.
I'll just kind of go to back here and then healing word. So you get
There he is.
5 hit points.
Can you remind us what Cool Cat's healing word is?
It's boogie boogie boo.
Chilling.
Oh, I feel so much better now. Thank you. My boon companion.
Oh yes.
And you've given Glenn some hit points.
Yes.
Exactly.
Do you tell him how many?
Oh, you did.
I did 7.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, good.
Oh, wait,
You're better
7?
at this than I am.
Oh, you got 7. I heard. Sorry.
Oh, is that not what I said? I don't know.
Oh,
Whatever I said.
I think you said 5.
5.
I'll
It's that then.
okay.
It's 10.
I'm now at 8.
Oh, no.
26.
Do I hear 9? Do I hear 10? Is this how auctioneering works? Do I just keep saying numbers that are bigger and bigger and bigger without waiting to hear them? Why did I get fired from my first auctioning job? All right. So you are holding it together. Krong and Carrocon are hanging on despite the beatings they have taken from some skeletons. But you know who is next? Next is the Spectre of King Lavendus, who emerges once more from the mausoleum. He is no longer turned, correct? Reid-Quarrell?
Correct. Yep.
He is still baned, correct, Cool Cat. The Spectre of King Lavendus kind of seeps through the wall and sees the tall gothic figure of cleric Reid-Quarrell Kilgarriff and is going to kind of reach out at you with kind of wispy, ethereal claws and try and swipe at you, Reid-Quarrell. You are going to 18 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's with the Bane?
18 minus.
I don't think it matters.
Well played, Jason. And I rolled max on the D4. 18 minus 4 is 14 to hit, Reid-Quarrell.
Hold on.
Hmm?
Cutting words. No.
All right.
You're a dumb ghost.
Is that what boogie boogie booing looks like? Always wondered.
Do you impose disadvantage or do you roll something?
3 less.
Oh, right on.
Are you allowed to stack all these together?
It's practically what his class is designed to do.
As it's supposed to do.
I'm annoying
Reid-Quarrell.
to everyone, even the enemy.
Reid-Quarrell. My 18 has become an 11 to hit.
It doesn't hit. Thanks, Cool Cat.
Let me tell you, that's good because this was going to be pretty devastating to you. Yeah. You know what? Let's just because I feel like you guys are going to not even get. No, maybe you'll see this attack. I won't spoil it for now.
You're a dumb ghost.
Carrocon, you are cowering next to a skeleton that has near murdered you. But you are healing, and a steel defender is now nearby.
Hey, Tony, could you describe what the Spectre was trying to do?
Yeah, you know what? Reid-Quarrell, the kind of ghostly arm of the Spectre kind of swipes through you, and everybody, you see this kind of thing, like it's kind of like a little bit like there's this kind of aura of Reid-Quarrell that is being kind of like tugged by the Spectre into the Spectre, but Reid-Quarrell, you like shake it off, and your aura snaps back into place.
This is why I hate undead so much.
You get the sense, Reid-Quarrell, that something was probably trying to do some necrotic damage to you and steal your life force. You know.
I'm going to go for Witch Bolts, which is my best attack.
Yep.
And I rolled a 20 and a 10, but I'm no longer at disadvantage. So I take the 20. Right?
I think you still are at disadvantage because there's
Steel Defender next to me. Doesn't that remove my disadvantage?
That's only disadvantage for somebody attacking.
Oh,
yeah.
Dang it.
So you'll take that 10 and add your spell modifier.
Which is, I'm sorry, that's a +3, right?
That
I'm
is
sorry.
enough.
Wait, it's a hit. The spell modifier is the hit DC, or no? I'm looking at the wrong thing.
You have a spell attack modifier on your character sheet.
Modifier. Sure I do. Where is
it? Under the spells tab up at the very top, if you're using the D&D Beyond.
There we go. I'm sorry, it's +1. I beg your pardon. Oh no, wait, it's plus. It says +1 modifier, +3 spell attack. So it is +3, right?
+3, which is exactly what you needed to hit a skeleton with a Witch Bolt. What does Witch Bolt do to a skeleton?
1d12 lightning damage, and on each of turns my duration, I can use the action to deal it automatically. So,
all right.
So I roll a d12. Got 2, unfortunately.
So it's just 2, or is it 2 plus something?
Let me see. We cast a spell. If I cast it at second level, initial damage increases by 1d12 for each slot level above first. So I roll another d2.
Do you have the ability to cast it at second level right now?
No, I don't think I do not. I'm sorry. I am at
I don't think
level,
you do.
But I don't have the ability.
All right.
Okay.
So your Witch Bolt lances through the skeleton. You see the kind of sight of a skeleton being electrified, which basically makes it look like a skeleton.
Does it no, wait. If a skeleton gets electrified, does it suddenly like glow as if it has its former shape?
No. No. It just kind of glows a little bit. It's slightly glow in the dark momentarily. It takes 2 lightning damage, but the big thing is the Witch Bolt continues to kind of channel through the skeleton, and Carrocon does not need to roll to hit the witch skeleton in the future with Witch Bolt. Right. Also, potentially could have done a lot more damage, but rolled low.
I do have a concentration thing, which I will remember in future turns.
All right, Carrocon, all set?
I can do. I have a. I can do an action. Can I do a bonus action? I've got a shifting strike. Would that be worthwhile to do?
Is that a bonus action?
It's a bonus action. Long tooth shifting strike.
Do it.
What do I roll for that? 2d20s also.
Yeah. Yes. No. So that's a melee. A single d20. 7 plus 7 your attack.
Plus my attack is +2.
That is not quite enough. So you swipe out at the electrified skeleton, and somehow it kind of electrifiedly dances out of the way.
Okay.
So,
all right.
An electric skeleton. Jason, is an electric skeleton basically a robot?
That's a tough one.
It feels like I will point out at Burning Man.
Yeah. Thank you, Monty. Chomasa.
Actually, Tony, an electric skeleton is not a robot. However, the electric skeleton is a dance very similar to the dance of the robot.
Which is transitively, is the electric skeleton the dance a robot?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
It's intransitive.
Skeleton or not. Chomasa.
Okay, I'm moving up over here.
All right.
And I'm going to use my dragon breath, which is a 15-foot cone, which will that hurt Reid-Quarrell?
No, you can aim it.
I bet you can aim it so it doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. Well then.
Yeah.
And that specter needs to do a DC 11 dexterity saving throw.
17. It wisps out of the way. Sorry, I rolled really well.
But
does it take any damage on a miss? All right.
Which is 11.
Half of 11?
Half of 11.
Is what I would traditionally call 5. But let me tell you, it resists 5 fire damage, which means it gets halved again, which is 2.
Still.
But I looked good.
It looked
breathing
great.
fire.
And that is breathing fire a bonus action?
Nope, that is a proper action.
Proper action. Okay, in 4th edition, it was a minor action. All right. All set, Chomasa?
Can I hit with one sword as a bonus action? Or is
I
that...
think so.
Okay, let's do that. Which means I need to move a little closer.
Yep. So you scurry over, you stride over, boldly, like a dragon, breathe fire, and then move in closer and stab.
And then I boldly swipe with a 10.
It fails to connect with the spectre.
Well, that was a really excellent turn.
It happens sometimes.
That's just like all of my turns.
It looked good.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Samson Jothem.
Well, thank you for determining that fire is not a good attack for that thing. So that saves me making a mess of it. I will attack the skeleton to my south with a firebolt.
And you are no longer disadvantaged in any way because there's no longer a skeleton menacing you.
Yes, they are all exploded. I have rolled a 16.
The firebolt torches the skeleton. Roll me some damage.
That is 1d10. Where's my d10? Go. That is a 1.
Okay.
Really lucky skeleton.
Yeah, this is the best skeleton.
It's like fire resistant, electricity resistant.
This guy
it's not resistant. You guys are... Yeah, this is before he died. Yeah, possibly related.
Live fast, die young, leave a sturdy skeleton as a corpse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no scientist, but I bet if you drink 4 gallons of milk, you'll die.
His name is Mr. Asbestos.
Pascal, leave this to the professionals.
Yeah, I mean, like the MVP Most valuable
Yeah.
Pascal.
Most
Most valuable panda. Totally overpowered. Probably not appropriate for your level. Continue.
Yep. Well, look, we all know that this is Pascal's last hurrah. So
And
Somebody
Samson's,
cheated and read the rules.
Is that true? Has Samson been in 4 adventures?
Samson's not that good anyway. It's really all about Pascal.
yeah, I mean,
Just play Pascal.
Also, Pascal hasn't been in that many adventures. Pascal
that's true.
continue.
Pascal has only been so Pascal keeps going.
Yeah, we'll keep
and gets
Pascal. You
adopted
can
by
go.
the next person along.
He becomes
Yes.
a Ronin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Pascal is the more interesting character, frankly.
Changes his name.
Pascal Rend, Force Empowered Rend, that is 18 plus 4, 22.
All right, that is a crushing blow to that skeleton. Roll some damage.
And this is a 1d8 plus 2 force damage. And that is, it's a 7.
I will tell you, that skeleton does not look good. His skeleton looks like if a witch bolt hits him again, he's in trouble. You want to move Pascal next to that skeleton that he's crushing?
Just for, like, dramatic effect?
Yeah.
Sure. I will do exactly that.
All right.
Pascal is looking very menacing, and Samson is standing well back.
All right. Well, this skeleton, still baned. I think he's going to go for the wizard because he thinks he might be able to take the wizard down with him, and then he'll have an undead wizard friend with him. So skeleton is going to swipe at Carrocon. He has disadvantage due to the Iron Defender.
And Bane.
Does Bane make disadvantage or just nerfs the
Just
attack also?
nerfs the roll by a d4.
All right. Do you want to know this number, Carrocon? It is.
I do.
All right. Well, I rolled a 4 on the die. The skeleton has a +4 attack. That's an 8. I rolled a 4 on the Bane die, so that is my 8 minus 4 is 4 to hit Carrocon.
So I roll a, what do I roll?
You tell
Just
me
say
that
you
your
roll
armor
nothing.
class is
Armor
higher
class.
than
It's 11. Sorry, it's 11. I beg your pardon. Scott.
He swipes in the air in the general vicinity of Carrocon. Carrocon, you're not entirely sure if the skeleton was attempting to attack you or engaging in some kind of,
Interpretive dance.
Yeah, there's some kind of performance arts. All right. Krong, a skeleton continues to menace you, also baned, but not disadvantaged. I will roll the Bane die. Oh, wow. I am getting really good at rolling that Bane die and really bad at rolling my d20. I can tell you, based on math, that I've rolled a 9 to hit you.
That is significantly less than my armor class.
All right. Good news. It is your turn.
All right. Step 1, I am attacking the Spectre of King Levendis.
Indeed.
You should not be alive. Die, die, die.
Double die.
Is he
21
alive?
to hit.
That hits.
Excellent. This is still a non-magical attack, but I do continue to get my sneak attack because he is next to my pal Chomasa.
And Reid-Quarrell.
And Reid-Quarrell. So take 10 divided by 2 is presumably 5 damage.
Got it.
I will take a bonus action to use my cunning action disengage.
Oh. And you
And
can
I will-
disengage from both the skeleton and King Levendis.
I believe I just disengage. Like,
Yeah.
the heck with you guys. I'm going to leave. All right, where are there living skeletons?
There's the one right next to you, and there's the one that's kind of between Carrocon and the wall.
It's not
All right,
looking
I'm going
good.
to
though.
go.
So there's a variety of options that feature no living skeletons.
I went
or
way
no unliving skeletons.
I went way up here on the side, kind of between a statue and the rock wall.
I think with disengage you only get half your speed. Is that
Okay.
true? Am I making up rules?
I
But
think
anyway,
you
there's
are.
there's plenty of chamber to go, and in fact, Krong decides to go further into the mausoleum cavern, past the little stream, closer to more statues that have not yet murdered you.
I'm not afraid of statues. I'm a completely different guy.
Thank you.
I think I'm up here.
All right, sounds
End of
good.
my turn.
Reid-Quarrell.
All right. I was thinking about healing Krong again, but he wandered off. So
He didn't wander.
The
He
heck with
intentionally
this.
he evaded and moved to a tactical position.
I am-
These guys keep stabbing me.
I am mildly annoyed that Chill Touch is a ranged spell because it says touch in the title. So I guess I should just actually. Chomasa, how are you in terms of health?
I'm down 5 points. I have 13 points. I say attack.
All right. I guess I will just attack with my halberd, and even though I can't.
None of you have magic weapons, correct?
I have a magic weapon. My arm blade is magic.
I mean,
okay.
Is like if I attacked with chill touch, I would have disadvantage. Oh, but I have inspiration. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to use my inspiration to cancel out the disadvantage for casting a ranged attack in his face.
You could technically roll first, and is that how that works? I don't think you cancel out so much as you could re-roll. I don't know.
Well,
I think.
Yeah, how does that work?
What is Monty's going to say?
I say if you use inspiration, that gives you advantage. That cancels out the disadvantage, and you roll normally.
Yeah.
Does inspiration? Okay,
that's my understanding.
I thought inspiration let you re-roll. Is it technically giving you advantage?
Yeah, inspiration gives you advantage.
I'm not the DM. You look it up.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm doing that now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
Called your bluff.
No, I am curious about this. So
there's a lot. Unfortunately, I think I did not search correctly, so I'm getting a lot of information about the nature of inspiration just in one's life.
Oh, that's a nice font. Papyrus and a picture of a beach. Yeah.
Inspiration is a token that you spend to gain advantage on a roll, and that is it.
Mm-hmm. So it would cancel out the.
Yep.
All right, so I am casting Chill Touch. I wave my hands around, probably just one hand, and a ghostly hand appears. I'm going to say right behind the and taps him on the shoulder. Tap, tap, tap.
All right.
And as I do that, I say, "Today is your day," except it's not because I rolled a 3. What is? I'm pretty sure that the even with my +5, an 8 is probably not going to do it.
I feel like you all are having a rough roll of the die.
Yep.
Anything else, Reid-Quarrell?
No, unfortunately. Well, I mean nope, that's not only on a hit. So yeah, I tried to assail it with a chill of the grave, but it's like I've been feeling the chill of the grave for many years.
Yeah, that is.
So.
Yeah,
I live in a mausoleum, man. What do you want?
Yeah. Cool Cat.
Cool Cat looks at the ghost of King Lavendus and sings, "Old King Lavendus was a very bad king. He's going to be destroyed forever." Dissonant whispers.
No.
13 wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 5.
I'd like to request that the editor kind of put that sound behind a shot of the actual Cool Cat and just put that right here. Block out the entire map with it for a little bit.
Old King Lavendus was a very bad king. He's going to be destroyed forever.
What happens when I fail a saving throw against Dissonant Whispers?
Well, Old King Lavendus is going to take 14 psychic damage.
Let me tell you, I'm just reviewing the things that he is resistant and immune to. And the word psychic, not on this list.
I feel like he's got a psyche, therefore.
Yeah, he's basically at this point, all that's left is psyche. So 14 psychic damage to King Lavendus.
Yes, and he must immediately use his reaction to move as far away from me as his speed allows.
Does that provoke?
Old King Lavendus. I imagine it would.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yay!
He attempts to phase into the mausoleum.
And possibly out the other side because I don't know what his speed is, Tony.
That's true. What is his speed? His speed is... He can fly 50 feet. It's a lot.
So he's at the back of the chamber, I guess?
Well, I mean, he might be murdered by Chomasa and
he goes
Reid-Quarrell
next,
first.
so he'll be back pretty soon.
Yeah. Chomasa, why don't you go first? Or actually, whoever's ready, go first.
And I rolled a 3, so I definitely don't hit.
All right, Chomasa, roll a sword attack on King Lavendus.
I rolled 9.
Okay, King Lavendus.
Yeah, and I can only do
goes
1
50
hit.
feet.
We weren't expecting that.
No, you were a little caught off guard.
What was his saving throw roll again, Tony?
It was
like a 5.
Okay. Did you subtract Bane from that?
No.
Just kicking him while he's dead.
I want
All right, so it's very low.
Dead.
It's
So
4.
he floats to the other side of the chamber. Only Krong is aware of where he is at this point. Krong, you see a ghost panicking, retreating through the mausoleum. All right, Cool Cat, you all done? You chased away a ghost.
I'm done.
All right.
Ghost.
Well, this has created
an
an interesting scenario.
Reminded me of
leave.
Superstar, I think.
King Lavendus floats over to the nearest opponent, which is Krong.
Whoops.
I'm not entirely sure how many of you are aware of this, because Krong has attempted to scamper into hiding in the darkness of the cavern. He's almost all the way behind the mausoleum. Where King Lavendus finds him, it's unclear how many of you see this. King Lavendus, or at least his specter, kind of swoops down in the direction of Krong, and he is going to attempt to do a special attack on Krong. Ugh, stupid Bane.
I like that too.
Bane!
I have rolled
What you got,
a 9. A 9 to hit Krong.
Oh, that's not going to hit me.
No, it's not.
King Lavendus.
All right.
Ah.
Carrocon, back on the other side of the chamber where the
What?
other characters are in peril. It is still you. There is a skeleton still lingering over you. I believe.
I've got Witch Bolt action going.
And I believe it's not even an action. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
just
it
do
just-
that.
Yeah, so I'm going to roll a d12, I think.
Yep.
And yeah,
And
okay.
do I add something to that? I had
Nope.
plus.
That-
All right.
Just a D12.
I got a 6 on it.
All right, Carrocon, please describe how that lightning bolt destroys the skeleton.
Well, it's amazing. I have lightning comes shattering out of my hand, and it accelerates this sort of bluish gold glow, and the bones just start to disintegrate into dust, and the skeleton collapses, disappear, just like swept across the ground.
All right.
It's pretty fun.
Carrocon, that was not you. I think that was like basically, was that a free action or a bonus action for you?
Let me examine my understanding and let me go within and find out.
Mainly,
Is,
you probably have a bunch of other stuff you could do this.
I can use. Oh, so I use my action to deal it automatically. Is what it says. So that was an action.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So that
did
was
it.
your action. You still have a movement if you would like to move around now
Oh.
that there's not a skeleton there anymore.
I
You could move closer to another skeleton,
Well, I can.
or you could stay where you are.
I have a bonus action, but I'm not sure it's worthwhile. No, it's only 5-foot range. I will move slightly closer over here so I can do that.
All right.
That's it. Just moved 10 feet.
Show Masa. There is no longer a specter in front of you. It's just you and your friend
No.
Reid-Quarrel hanging out in front of a mausoleum.
I point.
There's
There's a
nearby.
skeleton over there.
I was like, I'm moving over to that skeleton.
All right.
And I rolled a 17.
Slash on that skeleton. Roll some damage.
4 points of damage.
All right.
And I'm getting my other sword in there.
Yep.
And that is 19
Yep.
for 8 points of damage.
Okay, Chomasa, please tell me how you destroy that skeleton.
Okay, so I've got my two swords, and one goes like through their waist and cuts it in half, and the other one chops its head off at the same time.
Unnecessary. the skeleton is now its 3 convenient travel size pieces.
If I decide to take it with me.
Or any individual part of it, yeah. Chomasa, you still have some movement if you want to move around.
I'm going to move towards Krong.
All right.
We're here.
Samson Jothem, there's no longer any skeletons within view of you.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and work out if I can get anywhere near what's going on. I can go 25 feet, so... Oh,
I don't know if you want to cross that stream directly or take the long way around the stream.
Well,
so there's a stream kind of moat around the mausoleum.
Yeah, he can get
so
to
far
that.
You've
He can get to that
So far
square
you-
by skirting the edges.
yeah.
Sure.
So
So far, you've mainly just seen specters float across this moat. No one has explored how deep or cold it is.
Well, I believe Pascal has IP67 water resistance for half an hour. I will move here, and
I think they don't cover repairs on that, so it's kind of questionable.
yeah. And I will use my dark vision to look up this corridor and see exactly what is going on.
You see a dragonborn that you recognize, a bugbear that you recognize, and a specter that you recognize.
Well, since we know that...
And a statue you've never seen before.
Attack the statue. No.
Well played.
Well, I can't actually do very much because... Let's see, what do I have?
You don't have an abacus you could throw at him?
I do. I do have an abacus.
Or something new that is abacus-like, but different?
Some kind of calculator?
Oh, we're not that advanced yet. I did consider launching Pascal with the catapult, but I think
that might damage Pascal.
I think like the thing that is launched explodes into a million pieces. So,
so it's a one-time deal.
if the Spectre was very low on hit points, it would be a good sort of like end move. But I think not right now. No. I'm thinking, can I catapult non-destructively Pascal next to the Spectre? No, let's not do that. I've got a short bow, however. I will try that as a weapon. I think piercing damage worked. A short bow has an 80-foot range, so
that's pretty much anywhere in the chamber.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
All right, don't forget to use your
plus 4.
Double the damage die.
So that's 2d6 plus 2.
All right.
So that is 5 and 1 and 2, so that's 8 damage.
All right, the arrow flies true across the dark chamber near Krong and right through kind of like the extra wispy parts of the creature's head. It takes 4 damage from that, I believe.
Okey-doke.
All right, next would be Team Skeleton, but I believe
we have a panda.
They are no more. Oh, how far can a panda move?
A panda can move 40 feet, so I can get not really. I can get 1 square away.
Okay.
Well,
the panda advances.
Yeah, I think Pascal is going to basically sit behind the statue.
Sounds good.
And that is me.
Krong, you are face to face with the spectral form of King Levendis. There is the form of an ancient man, his face warped and racked by sorrow and suffering, and then a lot of wispy stuff going on. He looks at you sternly, seeking to siphon your life energy.
I have a question. When he tried to siphon me before, I'm assuming he did something like what we saw before, where he kind of swiped at me like that.
Yeah.
How many fingers were on his hand?
5.
All right.
Damn it.
Thank you for asking.
Just checking.
Yep.
Guess I'll attack him then.
All right.
With my rapier. Nobody's within 5 feet of him but me? Man.
I don't think so.
Sorry, I couldn't quite make it.
Yeah.
I mean, on the map, it doesn't look like anybody's within 5 feet of him.
Yeah.
7 to hit.
It's hard. It's dark here, and he's moving all
vision.
around.
I live in the dark.
So
I was born in the dark.
I mean, you're in his house, or near his house. You're in his side yard.
Get off my lawn.
All right, so I miss.
Yes.
I will take bonus action, disengage.
Okay, and where are you going?
I have looked it up. It just says, if you take the disengage action, your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks for the rest of the turn.
Correct.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go down here.
All right, you're tactically advancing back toward the door you came in, leaving Chomasa to fight the Spectre by herself.
And as I come down,
Thanks,
I will make eye contact with Lord Marlin Whitesparrow and give him kind of a... you want to get...
He hasn't really been... Feels like he should be more actively involved in this, shouldn't he?
Lord Marlin Whitesparrow starts looking for his rapier. He's just been watching raptly the whole time, kind of as if he forgot that this was a fight and not just like a play that he was attending.
That book you've been reading, is there anything in there like a secret king code word to tell him to stand down?
He starts flapping through the book.
Great.
No!
I'm done.
Great help.
Great
help.
Thanks for thinking of that, Krong. Reid-Quarrell.
All right, I want to get to a point where I can see the Spectre. I can't remember.
Shouldn't be too hard.
I can't remember who has light sources, but I think there were at least a couple of them.
I feel like the Spectre's probably pretty glowy also. So
okay. All right, then I'll come over here and Now I don't have him standing right next to me, so I am going to use Chill Touch.
All right.
And once again, a ghostly hand appears right next to him. And instead of tapping on the shoulder this time, it's just going to like lay a hand on its shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Say, today is
Hey,
your
buddy.
day."
Hey, buddy.
Are
Did
you
know it's today?
Are you saying that, or is the hand saying that?
I am saying that.
Okay, I mean the hand could like sign it to him.
That is, what do I get for a plus on this? That's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So I get to do 28. Ooh, yay. Necrotic damage. Let's see. Do I get any plus to damage? I do not. Okay, so it is 7 necrotic damage.
I will tell you, and perhaps maybe this is an important lesson for clerics. It appears that the specter is immune to necrotic damage.
I thought that might be the case. However,
he is undead.
It is important.
Not all
to note.
undead creatures are immune to necrotic damage.
Right.
Your fancier ones, basically.
I may have
skeletons.
I may have
you know.
even known that, possibly.
Mhm.
But the most important part of this is when you hit an undead target with this spell, it has disadvantage on attack rolls. Oh, I guess just against me until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
I should have gotten closer, but yeah.
So it has been chill touched.
Yeah. How far did I move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. I'll get a little bit closer.
This symbol represents chill touch. It's also still baned, amazingly. All right, cool cat.
Old King Lavendus is a very bad king. But
Cool cat, can you see him from where you are?
Sure.
Okay.
Or if you would like me to move slightly, I can move slightly.
I'd like you to move. I just want to make sure you still know how to move.
He's even worse when he's a ghost.
He's even worse when he's a ghost.
Dissonant whispers.
All right. Is that a wisdom?
13 wisdom save minus Bane.
Minus Bane. I keep rolling 4s on the Bane.
Yay!
I did roll pretty well on the wisdom. I got, even with -4, I got 15.
Oh, well, you're going to take half psychic damage from Dissonant Whispers.
Oh, wow. Dissonant Whispers is powerful against
which
ghosts.
is 9 damage, so you'll take 4 psychic damage.
King Lavendus is starting to look really like extra translucent. His alpha levels are all messed up, is what I'm saying. So, all right, cool cat, all set.
Yeah, that's it for Cool Cat.
All right, King Lavendus is here. King Lavendus glides forward and sees Chomasa as the next target. Chomasa, this may be very bad for you. King Lavendus reaches out and he's kind of like grasping wispily in your direction, and you feel like something inside you being like pulled forward.
I will point out that Chomasa is next to Pascal, which I believe means that this will be at disadvantage.
Is that to all attacks? This is a spell attack if it matters.
It just says attack roll.
All right, that's this. I'm rolling 2d20. I'm rolling the Bane die. Yeah, that's not good. So I believe I have rolled.
Not good for me.
Not good for. I will tell you, one of the die is great. The other die is equal to the number I rolled on the Bane die. So yeah, I rolled a 4 versus Chomasa with all of the things taken into account. So your aura snaps back into place, and King Lavendus glares at Samson Jothem, and then Cool Cat, and then Pascal. Carrocon, you are way back on the other side of the chamber, but you see the spectral form of King Lavendus harassing your Dragonforge friend.
Very much true, that statement. I'm trying to figure out what I should. Can I cast Witch Bolt more than twice in a? I got 3 slots. I've used.
I don't know how many spell slots you had left
I have
after all your previous situations today.
I've only cast it twice, so I have a 3rd slot. According to
But
this.
have you cast other spells?
I have not cast other spells.
Really?
No, just Witch Bolt twice, but I was able to reuse it as an action without casting it again on that second turn. So I think, but it's only 30 feet. I'm more than 30 feet away.
You're going to have to get closer.
But you can move.
Does that give me disadvantage? Doesn't matter, right? Or does it?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm going closer. And then I'm going to cast, Then I'm going to cast Witch Bolt, I think, again. So I will roll. I think it is my most effective. So I rolled a 3 and a 12.
I don't know why you rolled twice.
I'm sorry. Wait, am I supposed to roll once for attack?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, well, the first one was a 3. So there we go.
All right, a witch bolt hits the cavern far above King Lavendus.
Starts shaking some stalactites.
Now you're out of spell slots. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is a good time to review your cantrip list. You can cast light on things.
Uh-huh.
You probably
I got poison spray, which
you
doesn't
got
work
poison.
with
Yeah.
poison spray.
I got
I
a mage hand.
I got a mage hand. Yeah. I
Just a
got
mage hand, slap him about a little
mage
bit.
hand.
Your mage hand could high five with my spectral hand, but
Ooh,
they won't
yeah.
do any good.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Chomasa, the spirit of King Lavendus, hovers over you, trying to threaten your aura, but held in place by Bane. It's also still got some chill touch going on. What will you do?
I will get my swords out. Here we go.
Check and mate.
The first one was a 9.
Plus something, or just 9?
That's 9. That was with the plus.
So it cuts through the wrong part of the ghost.
And the second one was 12.
The AC of King Lavendus, not many people have been targeting his armor class, is 12.
Okay. So that is 6 points of damage.
Which gets halved to 3 points of damage. King Lavendus is not looking good. The face starts to have kind of a look of fear upon it. Chomasa, do you have any other things you can do as a bonus action or anything?
Yeah, we can move backwards. A little bit.
Usually you can't.
Oh, like just as my move? Oh, right. They would attack me.
It would.
Yeah, he would attack you.
Right.
You could, but a ghost might kill you.
Right.
So
I'll just stay.
All right. Samson Jothem, the spectre of King Lavendus, looks like not much is keeping him tethered to this plane.
Well, as the one person who brought a magical weapon to this fight.
Finally.
I have
Finally,
one too. I
you
just
will
haven't
roll
needed
an
it yet.
attack. Well, you've needed it the whole time. No one has done it. Needed it.
No, casting Bane was the correct call.
Yeah.
Yeah, casting Bane was
Good.
huge.
And then just
Yeah, casting Bane on the boss at the first round, like an hour and a half ago, was huge.
So Armblade,
because each of his attacks probably would take down a creature, but he has not successfully hit anyone yet. So your glowing, majestic, magical Armblade. That's right, people. Literally, Samson Jothem's arm is magic. The man with the magic arm, they call him.
and the magic panda.
Do it
Yes.
for all of us.
Not actually magic.
No,
Roman
Panda's
panda.
technology. I have rolled 14 plus 5, 19.
It's indistinguishable
Wow,
from magic.
your
Jason.
blade slices into the ghost of King Lavendus.
And
Roll me some damage.
does 8 damage.
8 damage, which does not get divided in half in any way. And the shape of King Lavendus' spirit seems to kind of shimmer and twist, and it kind of changes. Like it's no longer like you see like this darkness melting away from him, and then suddenly there's just kind of a
Sixth finger?
no, there's just kind of a somber looking old man wearing a crown, staring at you, looking a little bit confused. You know, the bottom part of him is still kind of translucent, but he does not look tormented or racked with pain or horror. And he seems to kind of look around at you with some realization, and he kind of spots Lord Marlin at the back of the room, still flipping through his book, and says, "Oh, sorry about that. I just woke up. I'm a little disoriented."
Do I know what has happened? Because if I think he's still undead, I'm going to keep attacking him.
Roll me
Religion?
I mean, yeah, roll me
We're
some kind of
still in
religion.
initiative order, King.
Yeah.
So let's see. Where's my religion? That's an 11.
It seems like there was probably some kind of darkness to the king's spirit, and kind of this torment and anger and confusion at having been, lived in a mausoleum for centuries. And you have kind of separated that. And what seems to be left is kind of a pale, confused, but ultimately benign apparition.
Apparition, though.
Yeah.
Ghost?
Yeah, I mean, I think apparition is a subset of ghost, if not a cousin of it.
I feel like it's now my duty to make sure that this thing crosses the veil, and
he doesn't look hostile.
I don't care if he's hostile. I care if he's undead.
Okay.
Pascal
is a religious war here.
Pascal is kind of looking around, like, what should I do?
Oh, I'm sorry. I never had guests. I don't. That was not appropriate of someone of my stature. Please forgive me. Perhaps I can show you around.
Perhaps you should cross over and be with your god.
I would like to. I carry so many worries with me of the kingdom I founded, and perhaps you can tell me. You, sir, you look like you carry the Whitesparrow blood in your veins. Yes, I can sense it. And Lord Marlin Whitesparrow.
Sure do.
Lord, hey. Ooh, backstory, canon. Lord Marlin Whitesparrow steps forward, and I am almost tricked into conversing two sides of a conversation again. Yes. I think I am I guess I'm about 13 generations down, but I do. And the ghost says, "Oh, please, I put so much of my blood and sweat into founding that keep and building up my kingdom, and surely the Whitesparrow kingdom must extend for many, many, many leagues." And Lord Marlin says, "Well, I mean, not exactly. It's hard to put an exact figure on how many leagues."
I was starting to feel like we're in the middle of some family business. I'm starting to want to start to back out of the chamber. It's really great.
Can we just pick up our reward on the way out the door?
Yeah, King Lavendus kind of gestures, and the doors to the mausoleum kind of swing open for you to inspect, and he's continuing to kind of harangue Marlin Whitesparrow. Well, surely you've taken us from king to emperor, no doubt. And he's like tugging at us. Well, not exactly. It's been complicated. There's really, the civilization is very different, and they start to kind of go on a little walk around the mausoleum. He's like, well, hopefully someone dealt with that gosh darn hand statue. That thing always got to me, gave me a headache.
Ask about that.
Who built that thing? Get back here.
And Marlin is like, oh yes, certainly. I think that was taken care of long before my time. So
was it here when you started? Tell us everything.
How many fingers did it have when it was giving you headaches?
Six. Six, he says. Yes. You've read the stories of the hand, I see. I'm glad that that's no longer a problem for the people. So, that was the one mistake we made, was building there was a reason why these fertile farmlands and forests full of game no one had settled here. It's because of that stupid hand. Inside the mausoleum.
Yeah, I'm not going in the mausoleum. I'm staying super close to this ghost, and as often as I can, I want to make a roll to see if there's something I can do to get rid of it.
Well, I'll go inside that mausoleum. Sounds cool.
Yeah, inside the mausoleum. All right, so several of you go in, several of you perhaps do not wish to go in. Inside the mausoleum, there are kind of giant, ornate stone sarcophagi of King Lavendus and his immediate family. And it's just right there out in the open, placed on top of the sarcophagus that, I guess you had to be a ghost to get into the mausoleum, is the jeweled crown of the first Lord of Whitesparrow, which is the crown that Marlin Whitesparrow has been seeking. There are also several other items of value.
I think Pascal leaps up and takes the crown.
Okay. Technically, that's the one thing that Lord Marlin Whitesparrow wants, and it's the whole reason you are doing this adventure. Lord Marlin Whitesparrow sees you do that and is eyeing you nervously. There are also around the mausoleum, I'll just tell you, there's on some of the other kind of sarcophagi, there's some other items that look like they probably have material value. There's a jeweled necklace for the Queen of Whitesparrow, Lavendus' wife, Asara. So Asara Whitesparrow, there's a jeweled necklace on top of her sarcophagi, and then there's little silver busts of each of his children on their sarcophagi that are big chunks of silver.
Yeah.
I don't really like tomb raiding. I think things could be cursed.
Well, a currently alive king of Whitesparrow, do you want to establish a precedent of the royal tombs being looted by later generations? Yes or no?
Marlin says, well, I think he would want us to have it. And the ghost goes, I'm right here. And yes, please, I don't care for material things anymore. Okay.
All right,
and in fact,
let's grab all this stuff.
In that case, I'm fine.
But
with
Lord
it.
Marlin says, excuse me, the crown is, of course, mine. But I believe I did offer you what other riches we find along the way. So who's
I'm gonna go inside and see if I think that there's anything I can do like at his gravesite to like, I mean, I have ceremony as a ritual, but that does none of the things in there seem like they're perfect to send him on his way.
It seems like he wasn't put to rest properly the first time. Maybe you can give it another shot.
I'm gonna wiggle his sarcophagus a little bit.
Reboot his sarcophagus.
Yeah, try unplugging the ghost.
King Levendus, what unfinished business do you have?
I feel like this is it. I just needed to know that hand had been dealt with, and that my reign had prospered. And I would like to, you adventurers who have stood well next to my descendant here, I would like to give you something. He kind of fishes around in his ghost pockets. And he's like looking.
And what about that foot? Did you guys have that foot when you were alive? Yeah. There's a big foot up there now too.
I quietly try on the necklace.
Who was keeping track of treasure for this team? Somebody was. Maybe Cool Cat.
Yeah.
I think it was
Jason. Jason, do you have a list of stuff you picked up along the way?
I don't think we got it. We haven't really gotten anything in this adventure.
We just keep seeing rooms full of garbage.
There was
sentient wine.
There were wine bottles that were valuable. Maybe you didn't care about.
We were going to
pick them up on the way out.
All right, I will tell you.
Wine.
The necklace is worth 75 gold pieces, and there's 4 silver busts that you could sell for 50 each. So that's 200 each, or 200 total.
That's not much for an ancient necklace known to be owned by royalty with impeccable provenance.
Honestly, that makes it harder to fence.
We're not fencing it. The ghost gave it to us.
And the ghost, the ghost of King Levendus, First Lord of Whitesparrow, fishes around in his pockets, which is a little weird because he's kind of has like a wispy trail below the waist. And he fishes out. He holds out in his hand. It appears to just be a pebble.
I'll take it. I like pebbles. Is it shiny? Is it shiny?
I feel like Reid-Quarrell is probably kind of the one conversing with him, so you might have the first thing.
I'm not taking anything from a ghost. So,
all right,
unless there's something about it like that radiates goodness or something.
It looks shiny. So Reid-Quarrell hesitates. Does somebody want to snatch the pebble from the ghost hand?
Cool Cat grabs it with his mascot hands.
Snatching it. Oh,
you know what?
Tiny though. I could.
Cool Cat.
Dexterity rolls.
Cool Cat can't pick up a pebble.
This is a great way to end an adventure. It all comes down to this: Cool Cat and Carrocon opposing sleight of hand checks.
What do I roll?
Roll a d20, and you have a sleight of hand or modifier, or at least a dex modifier.
I got a 16 on the roll, and my dexterity is +1.
17. Cool Cat. 17 is the number to beat.
13.
There's a little bit. You guys are doing the thing where there's like one hand on top of each other, and then there's like confusion. Somebody starts a game of 3-card Monty, and
possibly Monty.
Possibly. And at the
I
end
was scared and became confused.
At the end of the Scrabble, Carrocon, you're holding a polished agate. All right. So, I think at this point it is probably time for Reid-Quarrell to conduct a ceremony to allow the Spectre of King Levendus to move on, and it's also Carrocon might want to roll some kind of Arcana check to determine what the nature of this pebble is that he got.
Okay, I would like to determine the nature of this pebble.
I'm now also checking out like the inside of this tomb because like before, like the only thing that's going to keep me away from a cool tomb is an actual ghost.
Yeah.
So.
I rolled a 4 and I have +2 on Arcana, so I don't know what the hell it is.
It feels
it's a pebble.
It feels lucky. So I don't know. It's the first stone you've gotten from a ghost. Reid-Quarrell?
Yeah, I'm just looking around. Did you want me to roll? So I got a where's my first? So I got like a 10 on a perception check just to check out.
It is a nice mausoleum. Clearly, the Whitesparrows had a decent amount of wealth to them that they were able to have such a fancy interment here beneath their keep. It doesn't seem like there's anything else worthy of note, but it is, you take in the majesty of the construction and the detail of the carvings and etchings on the wall, and it's pretty good.
Take a rubbing.
Yeah, you take a rubbing, and I think all that is left is for you to use your, is it ceremony, the name of your ritual, to allow the spirit of King Levendis to move on.
None of the things that it specifically does are actually that, but like there is a funeral, right? He doesn't have a corpse anymore exactly, but I will do that, and I do have one spell slot left for it. So
all right. And
it takes an hour, so settle in for my sermon, everybody.
I'm
am I
admiring
still
the
hearing
necklace I'm still wearing.
Crying children?
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn, I think the pebble might help.
Nope, not unrelated.
Why? Why did you think that?
Optimism?
Yeah, optimism. That's just how some people go through life, Monty. They think surely this pebble will help me with my horrible curse.
I picked up a lot of pebbles.
All right, so it takes an hour as Reid-Quarrell really gets into conducting a proper ceremony to cleanse the negative spirits from this mausoleum and turn it into a proper place of rest for these disturbed spirits.
There's a lot of side eye at implied at whoever did this in the first place. Because,
is there any call and answering in this, or is it just the other people are just spectating?
Yeah, do we have to stand up and sit down at the right times?
I'm going to say you don't have to stand up and sit down, but you do have to, there is some call and answer.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
So an hour later, you have the benefits of a short rest.
And also with you.
Yes. King Levendis kind of gives you all a stern but appreciative nod as he slowly phases out of existence and moves on to his proper resting place. And,
Thanks for the pebble.
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
King Levendis is at rest. At rest.
We've learned a lot about the Whitesparrow family and some of the complicated choices they have made. Lord Marlin Whitesparrow is, maybe learned more than he wished to, but hopes that he will rule in a more kind and just and hopefully more successful way than some of his previous ancestors. Carrocon continues to hear the sound of crying children always, but now he has a small rock. So I'm saying
some money. I'll get some.
It is evened out. Several chambers have gone unexplored here beneath Whitesparrow Keep, but you are able to return with your lives and are hailed by Lord Marlin Whitesparrow exclusively as the champions of Whitesparrow. Krog has a demon in his Rolodex. So many things were accomplished. Each of you gain half a level from where you are. Did anyone level up?
Me, I did.
What are you now, Krog? Yeah.
3.
Yeah,
I was level 3, so I guess I'm 3.5.
You are now 3.5. Each adventure that you were in was a level. Carrocon, I believe you are now level 3.
Yay! And I got a pebble.
So, and you have a pebble, which you may later roll again to try and, next adventure, to try and recognize and figure out what it is doing for you.
How much does it cost
Until
to get
then,
him cured of his curse?
90
gold pieces, which may be a good share of his money on the way out.
Somebody gave me some money there.
I'm going to assume that Marlin Whitesparrow is eager to get back to the surface, so you take a pretty direct route. But you cleared out that wine cellar. I will tell you that there is a good. Let me do some math here, multiplying things. I'm literally using pCalc to do math.
pCalc by dice.
Let's say that there's another 250 gold pieces worth of wine that you can fence that Lord Marlin Whitesparrow. I don't know, because you guys are shady.
Oh man,
boy, I would like to. Evil. I'm going to point out that I also vowed that I would come back at some point to cleanse the terrible bathroom.
All right.
So
you'll have
someday.
to make arrangements to do that.
Yeah,
Everybody here gets 90 gold pieces after we sell it, which means that Carrocon has exactly enough to cure the horrible cries.
I've got 20 in my inventory, so I have still money left.
And a pebble.
And a pebble. Don't forget about that.
Adding that to my inventory now.
And Pascal has been carrying the crown in his mouth for the whole way back up.
All right.
Just kind of
Lord Marlin and him,
he kind of flips it up, and then it lands on his head for, about 30 seconds. And then Lord Marlin probably grabs it off.
Takes it, yep.
That's where the freeze.
But for that 30 seconds, he was the king.
Well, all that is left is for me to thank our adventurers for playing yet another mini adventure here on Total Party Kill. As a reminder, the name of this adventure was The Gleam in the King's Eye. It's available as part of the fantastic adventure set of PDFs you can get from Sly Flourish. They really are great. I recommend these, especially if you're looking to run a short adventure with some friends, either, you know, in person, depending on when you listen to this, or online via Roll20 or Skype or something like that. These are fun, low-level adventures that I think are a great way to get into some D&D. If you've been listening to Total Party Kill and are like, I want to do this. Allow me to thank our players. James Thompson, thank you for being here again.
Oh, thank you for having me. Apparently arm blades are worth having.
Monty Ashley, always a delight.
Thank you for having me, Tony. Well run.
Erica Ensign, the most helpful player there is in Total Party Kill. That's why I try to make sure you're here as much as often.
Thanks, Tony. It was fun to be super goth.
Jason Snell, our erstwhile leader and spooniest of bards.
Total Party Kill is Tony Party Kill.
Annette Wierstra, thank you for increasing our Canadian quotient.
I'm just happy I get to live and fight another day.
Indeed. And last but not least, Glenn Fleischman, thank you. I can't believe we tricked you into doing this. It's been a joy.
It's awesome. I didn't die, and I got a pebble.
Yeah. Well, friends, thank you for listening to Total Party Kill. We'll see you in the future for another adventure, be it mini or not so mini. Goodbye, nerds!